Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, and welcome back to my channel, Mayta. What Ifs. Today, I am back with a new short movie. The name of the short movie is What If Naruto Became the New King of Curses? And yeah, guys, it is an unscripted short movie and my own idea. I took the inspiration from Jujutsu Kaisen a bit, and there might be a few, cameos from there, but it is based on entirely new system that I might try to develop as much as I can into the new, this story. So I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Polo Uchiha channel as well. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Oh, and I almost forgot. It's a neglected fanfiction. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, 9 years after the QB attack, as we go towards the Shinobi district, where we see a small house with a red emblem being displayed on it with black swirls. This was the Uzumaki residence in which Minato and his wife Kushina and their three children, Menma, Mito, and the youngest Naruto resided. As now we go towards the lounge area where we see family photographs were being displayed. In the photographs, we could see the four people were standing with bright smiles on their faces, two redhead kids with blue eyes and tan skin like their father, with two whisker marks like mark on both sides of their cheeks as if they are like cats, while Minato and Kushina stood behind them, with proud smiles as well. As most of the pictures consisted of these four, but only one had the other child in it, with blonde hair and, well, he was an infant child at the moment when the photo was taken, and after that, there was no picture of his. As currently now we see Naruto was upstairs in the attic, which was his room now, because the house consisted of only three rooms, which was Kushina's and Minato's, and the children's rooms, which was now filled with Menma and Mito, since only two beds could have that much space, and the third one, well, it was a small bed that was moved upstairs for a single person, in which hardly a person could sleep with, well, peace. And in that small room, Naruto resided, as currently he was reading the arts of Fuinjutsu and was reading about the Uzumaki clan history, because he wanted to make his parents proud. Now, unlike his siblings, Menma and Mito, who had been born with great gifts such as being prodigies and whatnot, they were far above him in the level of taijutsu and whatnot. And Naruto, well, he lacked in that department, but what he did like was reading about the Uzumaki clan and all of its secrets. That came naturally to him. Kushina and Minato, well, since Naruto was quite in on the studies, well, always almost neglected him in the eyes of the other if they would notice. But to Naruto, it was just him being all alone and being engrossed in the books. As now we see, Naruto noticed that it was already evening, and so he decided to go downstairs, only to find that a lot of people were there. He was wearing his white t-shirt and black shorts as he arrived there. What is going on? Asked Naruto. As a passerby stood there, it was surprisingly enough Hiruzen Sarutobi. Do I know you? Sorry about that. I almost spilled my drink on you. It's fine, Hiruzen-sama. You know me. Of course I do. I mean, my father has been his successor, obviously. I'm sorry, but I thought Minato only had two kids. No, he has three. I am Naruto, his youngest son. You can ask him. As that is when we see Kakashi arrived. Is everything alright, Hiruzen-sama? Well, this kid over here says that he's, well, Minato and Kushina's child. But weren't Menma and Mito were the only one? As Menma then arrived, no, he is our little brother. And why are you not dressed, Naruto? I thought you knew what today was. What is it today? Our birthday. Today is the 9th of October. What? But nobody told me. Seriously, Nissan, what you can expect from him? He's always engrossed in the books, becoming a bookworm or whatnot. Go and get dressed, bookworm. We have things to deal with. Can I be upstairs? I don't want to, bother you all. Be our guest then. There's gonna be a surprise tonight. As now we see, Naruto was quite shocked that his parents and nobody else didn't even bother to tell him that today was his birthday, and it was for the first time he had noticed this, and then tried to remember. Wait a minute. I never have been to any of my birthday parties. And so Naruto went upstairs, only to find that he had some shorts as well as some, well, t-shirts. And so, bringing out a few of kimonos that were only left for festives, he was able to wear an old one and come downstairs. As soon as he arrived, Menma and Mito were frowning. Why did you wear a kimono? We went with the traditional outfits. We thought we told you that we're gonna go with party ones. Why did you went with the traditional? I didn't have any party ones. Fine, we have to go to shopping later on. Just stay away from us for the time being. We don't want to get caught sitting next to you. Oh, okay, said Naruto, being a little bit hurt as he went to the other side and sat down. In his hand was the Uzumaki Swirl logo book. It was pointed towards, and he was currently reading them. He was fascinated by them. As he was currently engrossed, we see that a man with silver hair stood by his side. I see that you like quite the art, huh? It's the most complicated art out there, and nobody even bothers to learn it. Why are you? I'm fascinated, Jirasama. Huh, so you do know who I am? Of course I do. Since you're a seal master, and I wish to be one, I I know who you are. I am honestly flattered. Tell you what, kid. Since I forgot to bring you a present, how about you can have this? As a complicated book appeared. It contains a lot of myths and mysteries, which I busted to be honest, but aside from that, it also contains a lot of knowledge. It is written by Arashi Uzumaki himself about the deepest, darkest secrets of the Uzumakis. Since you love reading about your clan, how about you have this? Wait, really? Yes. You can read this as much as you want. Naruto was happy with that book and then went upstairs. And as soon as he went there, we see that the party went on, and Minato and Kushina announced that both Menma and, well, Mito were going to be the clan heirs. Since Naruto was the youngest, well, they didn't bother. As after the whole party went, we see a few guests remained, as they were sitting with Minato and Kushina, which was Kakashi, Jiraiya, as well as Hiruzen. Well, today I had a run-in with a kid who was claiming to be your son, and luckily enough, Menma confirmed it, which quite shocked me. To be honest, I did not have thought that you had a third son. Yeah, we do. It's wow. Are you okay, Sensei? Wow, I never thought much of him. What did he look like? Minato said with a shocked-filled expression, as Jiraiya was quite frowning. What do you mean by that, Minato? He is your son. He resided with you in the same home. As Kushina was looking down, I'm a bad mother. I didn't even notice. Well, you have now. So, there's still hope. As Jiraiya said this, I don't think so, Sensei. I don't think there is, said Jiraiya. What do you mean, Sensei? The prophecy. It's time for the children to go under trading. I have given the names of Menma and Mito, the ones who contain the Kyubi no Yoko, the yin and the yang side. They need to go under trading, and you two will be needed to watch over them because of Kushina's medical techniques, and your and my teaching will be needed. But who will watch over the village and of the young child? Naruto. His name is Naruto. He will have to live in the orphanage for the time being. I know what I'm saying is wrong, but this is the only best option. We don't want your enemies to find out about him, and we certainly don't want, well, someone to corrupt him. The best way is to hide him in the plain sight. Unbeknownst to them, Naruto was listening into this. He had tears in his eyes, but he realized that, well, this was needed, somewhat. As now we see, Naruto agreed to this, and then went upstairs on his own. In his heart, he agreed for the time being. And when the morning arrived, Minato and Kushina called their kids, including him. And once this was told to them, Menma and Mito looked at Naruto and said, I think it is for the best if you remain there, Naruto. We have to complete our training. Since you won't bother to pick up, we have to do this on our own. As Naruto looked on, I'm sorry about this. No, son, you did nothing wrong. It's just, I haven't been a good father to you. I'm sorry about that. As Kushina then hugged her son and cried. And then Naruto, putting on a brave smile, told him it was alright and then went on their own way. But Naruto was not okay, certainly. He has just realized that his parents have neglected him. Even if they regretted it now, he himself was too much engrossed in the Uzumaki studies that he never bothered to check on his family. He never bothered with them. And now, his siblings acted cold towards him, like he didn't matter. While on the other side, his parents felt a little bit guilty but still went along with the plan anyway, caring little for him. He was basically kicked out of the clan at this point, but there was little to something he could do. Grabbing onto the Uzumaki books, he arrived inside the orphanage and began to live there for the time being. As time began to pass by, Naruto reached at the age of 12, and he was the dead last of the academy because he had terrible chakra control, and not only that, he had also gained some sort of reputation because of certain rumors spreading around that he was the Kyuubi no Yoko in human skin because of the whisker marks on his face. And Naruto tried to debunk it, even by showing that he was human, but nobody was going to buy it. And soon the rumor that was spread out like a joke then began to turn into a reality. And the hatred became increasing. Nobody knew who the rumor was started by, but one thing was for sure. Naruto's back had a huge target painted on him, and Konoha's fury was now raging. 12 years ago, they lost a lot of people, and now, here he was, the incarnate of the Kyuubi in human skin, in weakened skin. Hiruzen has forbidden them to hurt him, but that didn't stop people to showing their venomous side to the boy. Naruto's life had been nothing more than literal hell, so much so that he was brought to the point of breaking. Insane. If it wasn't for Yamanaka's to intervene and seal away his memories of. As now we see, Naruto, being the dead last, arrived once more after being failed into the exams home. As soon as he did, he heard a huge amount of celebrations going on around. As he arrived outside, only to find that fourth Hokage has returned, his hero has returned. As he was happy. But that is when he announced that his successors, his only two children, were present as well, which broke Naruto. He didn't even mention him. He was hoping that his father would debunk everything and make his name clear, but he didn't even bother. And one of them even asked about the Kyuubi's incarnation known as Naruto, Uzumaki, running around. And Minato decided not to answer it and ignore it completely. This stabbed Minato into the heart. He had been betrayed, broken, and at that time he decided to run away. Packing up his stuff from the orphanage, since he was a civilian, he got away easy since the whole festive was going on. After that day, nobody forever will see Naruto Uzumaki for a long time. He has gone out of Konoha and disappeared into the woods. As now we see, 1 year has gone by. Naruto has been still on the run. Minato and Kushina were not following him, and neither was any shinobi of Konoha. Manman Mito on their own were keeping an eye out for him, just to question him and bring him back because he was being stupid and throwing a temper tantrum. They need to bring back their useless, sibling. Why? Because Uzumakis never leave one of their own behind. As for the other side, Naruto was now living inside a cave far away from Konoha, or at the moment, near the ruins of the Uzushigakure. As he was reading his books that were given to him because he was still fascinated by them, he found something that piqued his interest over the course of years. The Mask of Curses. There were a lot of masks that were created with the help of Shinigami, but this specific one was a mask worn by one who will be the chosen one. He will be able to bring out curses as well as demons, such as General Maharaga and Sukuna's power. And that in itself was quite terrifying because Sukuna was mentioned to be the most worst yokai ever and the king of curses. And so now we see Naruto wanted to find out if this was reality or not, because even Arashi Uzumaki had debunked it. But the way he tried to debunk it seemed like that he was desperate for it to be a myth. And he wanted to make sure that nobody in the future generations would talk about it. The only place he had to go to check was the Shiogakure ruins. He knew since he was an alpha Uzumaki, he would be able to enter, and so he did. Naruto, thanks to the map inscribed into the Uzumaki text that his mother kept, that he also had copied, was able to go through and find the vault in which all the information was kept. And from there, Naruto was able to enter the secret entrance that the other village raided to find out about, the golden knowledge as they called it. But it was kept hidden from them, for a good purpose. Only an Uzumaki will be able to access it. After going to the stairs that has opened itself in the mere ground where the ruin stood, we see Naruto entered inside. As the fire lit up, as soon as he took the steps. Arriving at the gate, he bit his thumb and dropped a few blood drops on it, and the gate began to glow as the seal matrix spread and glowed before disappearing. As the huge door opened, revealing scrolls upon scrolls there, Naruto ventured inside, and there he found the armor of Arashi Uzumaki, his blade, and then the scrolls. Naruto began to read them. It took him a whole year, as Naruto reached at the age of 15 now. 2 years since his disappearance from Konoha, to crack down the coordinates for the mask of sins, as it was mentioned there, to hide away that in fact in reality it was the mask of curses. And so Naruto for the first time in a whole year was able to stood out. Thankfully enough, there were enough resources for him to survive there. No wonder the Uzumakis had everything pre-planned out. As now we see, taking a few ounces of gold from there, Naruto sold it. Getting the money he needed to buy resources, he bought them, and then ventured inside. At the moment, Naruto was already a full-fledged seal master and has emplaced a lot of seals on his body for defense. Not even dojutsu, such as Sharingan, as well as Byakugan can pierce through them, or see them. Naruto has become so much proficient, and to normalize, he would be just invisible. Only with the most precise of the eyes as well as dojutsus would be able to see him, but would not be able to attack him, not penetrating his barrier at all. If anyone he was worried about, it would have been the pandemonium known as Biju. If they attack, only then it would be hard for him to survive. As now we see, following the coordinates, Naruto arrived in the rice country, and from there, Naruto arrived in the entrance of which was made in a tree and hidden under a genjutsu. With the help of Fuinjutsu, Naruto was able to not only dispel it, but was able to enter inside, breaking the security seals that were placed there, and ventured inside deep into the layers, only to find the one person that he shouldn't have, Orochimaru, who now had him cornered and tied up on a chair. "What are you doing here, child? And how did you enter inside?" "I am a seal master, and I was doing some exploration, trying to find a place to hide." "Hide from who?" "From Konoha," said Naruto, trying to be as much as truthful as possible, because he knew that he couldn't lie to Orochimaru because of the seals that he had activated, or by his minion, because he was weak in that department. "And why should I believe you? Because that is the truth." "Do you think I am a fool, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze? There has been a bounty placed on your head, even though it is not huge, as per se. But it is there. I can turn you into Konoha and might even get a few extra cash, or any of the hunters out there would, especially the starting ones." "Who placed the bounty on me?" "Who do you think? The people of Konoha, who still think that you are the Kyuubi's incarnate. But from the looks of it, I might say that you are not." "You're pathetic, you know that?" said Orochimaru. Even if you are an Uzumaki, even if you possess their blood and genes, you're pathetic. You're weak. I can't even sense your chakra. It's pathetic." As Naruto clenched his fist, but then he sighed. "That is why I'm trying to hide. Even as offensively as you put it, there's nothing I can do to defend myself." "Give me a room. I will remain there. You see, here we give only services to those who pay us back. How are you going to do that? What do you want? Since you say you're a Fuinjutsu master, tell me this. Is there a way for me to gain an immortal body? That's quite simple, said Naruto after thinking for a bit. You know about a technique known as shadow clones, right? Yes. Its seal matrix suggests that it was made for desperate use only. If used precisely, you can transfer your soul and consciousness and chakra into it, while killing your real body and making the new clone your real one. As Orochimaru and everyone else was stunned. Are you pulling my leg, child? No. What would I get out of it? Fine, I'll test this. And so the clone was made. Now what? Close your eyes, focus. Try to transfer your consciousness to the other until you see yourself. As Orochimaru closed his eyes, and once it was opened, he found himself standing to the opposite side of Naruto and himself. As that is when he flared his chakra, and even entered the Sage Snake mode. I can't believe it. It's been years since I was able to use this. Orochimaru disappeared in blitz and punched his clone, causing it to crack and crumble down to the ground, unlike poofing away. What has happened? Congratulations. You have just become younger Orochimaru. Or I must say the first immortal ever to exist. I must say I am impressed with your sheer knowledge about the basic jutsus. Even I was not able to see this concept in the technique. Well, if you see it from the new limelight, you can see that even the simplest of the simplest techniques have a lot of flaws and a lot of, well, potential in them, as you saw within the shadow clones. I see. But what you're truly here for? Do tell me that. It's for a mask. The Uzumaki mask. The one that Shinigami made. Yes. I have that one. Do you want it? I just want to see it, to confirm something. I am searching for a mask of curses. That is a myth. I tried to find it. Even the coordinates landed here, but I couldn't find it. An Uzumaki can. Only an Uzumaki. And so, now we see. Orochimaru became quite serious. Are you serious? Yes. Fine then. And it took them a whole new few months for there, with the help of Naruto and the map that he was able to decipher from the scrolls as well as from the books that it was given to him by Jiraya, was able to find that mask. And as soon as he did, Naruto was able to find it. Deep buried within a, well, box. It was there. And once Naruto opened it, he brought it to his face. Wait, child, what are you doing? As suddenly, Naruto's eyes, they turned red. As Naruto then jumped up into the air and landed back up there. As he ripped out his shirt and markings began to appear there. It's been such a long time since I stretched, said a deep voice from within. Sukuna, you have been awoken, said Orochimaru, as he was shocked. But you were supposed to be a myth. Me? Myth? Silly mortal. I am present in front of your eyes, am I not? Where is this place? And why are you all not kneeling? As the pressure increased, causing them all to crumble down to their knees. Stupid brat, what have you done? And suddenly something happened. Naruto's eyes flickered as the red eyes disappeared. Get the hell off my body! As suddenly Sukuna's eyes widened. No! You, a mere mortal, you can't control me. Finally we escaped. I won't go back. You will. As Naruto made some hand seals as the pattern glowed. As Sukuna was tamed and contained once more. As Naruto panted as the mask fell down. What have you done, child? My name is Naruto. I told you again. How are you able to suppress Sukuna? I'm an Uzumaki. Uzumakis were the only clan that he feared. We exist even before the age of chakra, since we were the previous sorcerer clan. We knew about him, and we sealed him. Seals exist even before the concept of chakra ever did. And this shocked Orochimaru. He did not knew that the seals were such an ancient text, such an ancient art. He would have studied it, and he was jealous of Jiraiya for the first time. No wonder my stupid friend learned about these arts. I don't care about him or anyone else. I was only here for the mask. What are you gonna do with it? I'm gonna try to conquer this one. Fool, that mask cannot be conquered. That is a mask of curse. If you wear it continuously, you will become the next king of curses. Then so be it. As Naruto picked it up, our companionship and here's Orochimaru. I have given you what you wanted, you have given me what I wanted. Now I will leave. You think I will let you leave with such a powerful mask? I would be foolish to let you escape with it. You're gonna cause havoc and destruction everywhere. Bad choice. As Naruto wore the mask again and made an ancient hand seal, as he then said, Sorcerer Arts. Summoning General Maharaga. As a huge black portal opened into the ground instead of any seal matrix spreading, as a weird hand sign was held by Naruto, as a monster appeared, as it roared. From its roar, many of the shinobis there wetted their pants. What is that thing? Said Kabuto, in fear, as the monster that was huge erupted from there. It had no eyes. It wore a golden orb-like ornament around its neck, and it stomped towards them, and then blitzed passed by them, causing them all to be killed and died. As Naruto mask, which looked almost like a skeletal figure and now was adjusting to his face, was now embedded there. As Naruto's eyes, they were silver, complete silver, before turning blue again. Calm down, Maharaga. As Orochimaru was now pale, much more paler than he already was, because the monster almost stopped before killing him, while the rest were, you can kill him first, then stop. As next thing Orochimaru saw was pure red and pain, because Maharaga killed him. As then he turned towards Naruto and bowed. You need to return now. I will call you my loyal servant later on. As Naruto was about to leave, he witnessed that Kamiyami and Shinigami had arrived, and so had the sage. I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you to leave with that mask, young one. Give that to us. You cannot be allowed to release curses upon this. You have already been infected by the power of that mask. The Curse King won't be contained anymore. It has been unleashed. Now it cannot be stopped. As Naruto slammed his hands both on the ground, Domain Expansion Technique. As Fuin Matrix spread, then turned into an orb, and then the whole room changed. Void. As suddenly, the sage and the other goddesses had exploded from their body, causing blood to splatter everywhere. But it wasn't blood. It was a black smoke that was coming out of there, using their divine clones and whatnot. As the domain closed, now we see Naruto cracking his neck, while still wearing a mask, now having blue eyes under it, as blue markings similar to black markings of Sukuna were spreading all over it, making him the new Curse King. As Naruto left, now we see Menma and Mayta woke up, quite sweated, because they had a vivid dream of Naruto getting something and becoming a monster. As that is when they were pulled into the mindscape where an old man was being seen by both of them, alongside the Kyuubi no Yoko. What is going on here? And why have you freed the Kyuubi? My name is Hagoromo Otsutsuki, but you may know me as the Sage of the Sixth Path. I'm here to bring you a sad news and a terrifying one. What news? Your brother, Naruto. He has become the King of Curses after finding the Mask of Curses of the Uzumaki clan. But wasn't it a myth? Just a spooky story to scare the kids? Said Mayta. No, I'm afraid not. If his power is allowed to grow, he will far surpass Kamiyami and Shinigami, and that would be dangerous. We cannot allow that to happen, said the Kyuubi. You two, even though were not the child of prophecy and were mistaken for it, are hereby now the children of prophecy. Your next goal is to stop Naruto at any cost, even if it means to stop him by killing him. We have to stop him for good. He has lost himself. As now we see, This was in their dream as they have shot up, completely covered in sweat, and then came downstairs and now were explaining this to their parents. As after that, we see the similar thing happened to the other Jinchurikis as well, because the whole world needed to be alerted. And Kaguya, she knew too, and was alerting her will. Mother, you never spoke to me. I have gained enough chakra. I was going to use it for my return, but I thought the time was desperate, so I needed it to tell you something. What is it, Mother? The King of Curses has returned. As now we see, hearing this caused Zetsu to drain of his color. Mother, don't joke around. I hid that mask. I made sure that I erased it from the very face of existence. I even helped your son to do that, because that thing could not be allowed to pass. It's ancient. More ancient than you. I know. It's ancient than me. But that thing has returned. The Uzumakis had a bad habit of, keeping a record of everything. Even if you changed, I was scared of the Uzumaki clan that one day, if any one of them survived, would be able to find it. Leaving Kushina Uzumaki alive was your quite big mistake, because her child has found it. The child of prophecy has. And now, he is the new cursed king. His power is growing day by day. And there will be nothing soon enough we will be able to do to stop and prevent him from causing mayhem and releasing the cursed army upon us. You must join their hands, along with Akatsuki, to fight against him, because he is a bigger threat to our plans. You think I am, huh? Said a voice as Kaguya froze. Mother, what is going on? Who is that? He has found me, child. It's too late. It's too late. Save them, said Kaguya, but shocked Zetsu with a sudden change of her tone. If I can't have them, I certainly won't that you would not be. I am giving Zetsu my karma. I will be able to reform within him, but you will die, King of Curses. Name is Naruto, by the way. No, if anyone will have your karma, it's me. As that is when Kaguya was stabbed before the karma seal on Zetsu could be completed, and gained her karma forcefully as a diamond mark, which was complete white, appeared in his palm before being dissolved completely, consuming her soul and her strength. As Naruto cut it off his connection to Zetsu, and Zetsu was mortified knowing that his mother has died, and he too had dissolved, because there was no longer his need to reside there as well, because Kaguya was about to give her son freedom, since he was her will, and now there was no way for her to do that since she was consumed. As now we see the next morning, Akatsuki were quite frightened, because Zetsu was found melted, not a single bone but turned into a splatter of goo, dead on the ground. As now we see, Naruto Uzumaki was now seated in front of flames, as it was night time, and from the flames a few visages appeared. His general, Maharaga, the army of demons and curses, and then came the previous cursed king, seated in front of him, materializing there, wearing a white kimono, with black markings, and 4 arms, 2 upper arms and 2 lower ones. So you became the new king of curses, huh? My successor. Am I supposed to give you something? No. But all I want is for you to lend me your strength. You want to gain freedom, right? Anything. Then I will give you that. But on one condition. What is that? You will have to listen to me. You think I would? You have no other choice. I'll make sure you won't see the light of a day again, Sukuna. You have only 2 choices. Serve me or remain there as you are, have been for thousands of years. Sukuna gritted his teeth. It was his chance to get freedom, so he knew he would do it. Fine, I will. Here, take this pledge. As Sukuna's eyes narrowed, it was a pledge of his soul. If he tried to kill Naruto or betray him, he will die, and this time his powers will become his. Naruto already had become quite strong by each passing hour, and now he could level a whole village on his own. As on the other side, The Kages of different villages have called for an emergency meeting in the Iron Country, and as soon as they have gathered there, we see that they were arguing because their Jinchurikis have been acting up. And now, Minato then said, "It's my son, the one I left behind. He he was able to find the mask of curses. But that was a myth," said Oniki. "Do you think it is now?" As Oniki became shut, the Jinchurikis they know about it. He's challenging Kamiyami and Shinigami, literal gods, by being the king of curses. If his influence grows, then there will be chaos. "That would be true," said a person who was standing there. "Who are you?" "My name..." "Well, many call me by different names, but you can call me Sukuna." As from dark aura, from coming from the ground, he made a chair and sat down on it. As his mirror red eyes demanded attention and presence, as his two smaller eyes kept eye on everywhere, all around him, as his deeds were visible, and they were all scared shitless because this man, it was Sukuna. Kyubi confirmed it from the myths that it was. As both of the children's, they were shaking because in front of them was previous king of curses, my master. He is a generous man, you see. He is giving you an option. Stand down, and he won't bother with you all. But if you try to come after him, he will have no other choice but to attack us. Silence. Do you think we are threatened by you? You're nothing more than a curse now. You're weak. Your master is weak." By all means, think that. I would rather have fun splattering blood. But he's quite a patient one. You see, he doesn't grasp the concept of being that cursed king now, since he is. But I, on the other hand, do. You see, a lot of sorcerers, Uzumakis of the past, challenged me, and many other clans as well. I wiped them off. Somehow, by sheer luck, a few of them were able to hide their kids, and those kids grew up, and they sealed me away. And then, with the help of Shinigami, I was locked in that cursed mask alongside my army, who now serve the one who wears the mask, and that is to be your son. As Sukuna was enraged, as the fire bursted out from behind his throne, "The kid has my soul tied to him. If I don't serve him, I will die. So I have no other choice. But since I have no other choice, I would rather you make this interesting and choose the hard option." "I would not stand down," said the monks. "You will die, curse, demon." As now we see, the door bursted open, and there stood Naruto, wearing the similar robes, having the same amount of arms, two back with black nails, while two front, with blue markings all over his body as Naruto walked, as four eyes were now present, which were blue, as he looked and glared at his parents. "I, Naruto, the king of curses, declare war on humanity. My armies will march by the next Monday's sunrise and raise everything in their path. If you don't want that to happen to your village or to your land, lay your arms down in front of me and beg for mercy." "What has happened to you, Naruto? This is not our brother." "What brother? I don't have any family. The mask is controlling you, son." Sukuna laughed. "You think so?" As Naruto then grabbed his mask and said, "The mask is controlling me, huh?" And then he shattered it with his own hands. "Your son has become the true cursed king. Has been for quite a long time now. You think that he would be this corrupted by the mask? No. This is his own darkness that is visible and has corrupted him. You all corrupted him. This is a monster you created, not the other way around," said Sukuna. "My master, let us begin the slaughter now. No, by the next Monday." As Sukuna looked quite troubled and then nodded, "Yes, my lord. Go." As Naruto then displayed his powerful army as the General Maharaga arrived and ripped apart the ceiling, much huger and larger than ever, and then picked up Naruto by dropping his hand and Naruto climbing on top of it. As Naruto was leaving, he was glaring down at his family. "I'll be coming for everyone." At that moment, Minato and Kushina realized what they have done. Because Sukuna's word hit them in the heart. They didn't search for Naruto. They didn't care about him. They tried to, but then Jiraya happened. His prophecy happened, and now they were here. Naruto somehow ended up becoming the king of curses, and now they were going to fight him. The whole Konoha, as well as the other nations, were conflicted, but they had to make a stand and a choice. And so they did. An alliance between nations was made. The allied elemental nations, because all the monks, samurais, everyone was going to be needed. And soon the demon army marched. But something was new in them now. New demons that Naruto created, being the new Cursed King. His own 9 tails. And instead of 10 tails as well, the demonic ones. And then those monsters attacked, causing humans, many of them, to die. Even if they were shinobis, they were no match for his army. As Naruto was now fighting personally with bare hands, with, the Kages, throwing them left and right, his own father amongst them using the Harishin, but Naruto grabbed him by the chest and slammed him to the ground. As he coughed blood, Kushina tried to attack him only for the adamantium chains to rip out and broken, causing her to lose consciousness because of the impact. Menma and Mito also tried with the KCM state, but they failed badly because Naruto, in his cursed state, that released a huge orb of sun into the sky, causing everyone to pass out because of the heat and dehydration. As Sukuna then said, "My lord, I am not satisfied. Neither you ever will be. Fool! I gave you my all, and this is how you do? You're not worthy of being the king of curses. You're too soft." Maharaga and the others halted, listening to Naruto's command, but Naruto then says, "You're challenging me, Sukuna." "Yes, I'm challenging you, you old buffoon. If, and only if you're able to beat me, I will ever consider. But I aim to kill," said Naruto. "Either you will be the curse of the king of curses, or I will." And both of them clashed, and in the end Naruto was able to overpower him and kill Sukuna once and for all. The legendary myth turned into reality of a nightmare was dead and killed, his power consumed by Naruto. As Naruto was now 10 times stronger than ever, being the Cursed King. When his family woke up, they were now in a prison camp where Naruto has built his empire, and they were forced to work as hard labor, even wearing uniforms and chains and whatnot that were chakra binding, as Naruto stood and sat on top of his throne, watching them. As Minato and his family looked with a distant look into his eyes, until Manma couldn't have had enough. "Why?" As Maharaga roared, "Enough." As Naruto disappeared and appeared in front of him, walking from behind him. "What makes you think I would speak to you, prisoner number?" "Don't call me that, you know who I am. I'm not just some number that you keep. I'm your damn blood. Me and Mito even tried to find you once we returned, and this is how you repay us?" "Did I ask you to find me?" "The day you returned, I was on the village grounds. I was suffering. Don't act like you don't know the whole story. You knew, but did you act? No. You outright ignored me. I was being framed for something that I was not." As that is when a few men were brought into the cages and were being tortured with a lot of seals on their bodies as they were being burned continuously. It was Kakashi, Jiraiya, and then it was Hiruzen, and lastly Danzo. And a lot of civilians of Konoha. What is going on with them? Eternal torture. The seals on their bodies are regrowing and regenerating them at a faster rate of 100%. And the fire is eternal, burning them ablaze. They're healing and burning at the same time. "You're sick." "I know, thank you. But this is what they deserve. They wanted me to suffer so that they could mold me into their own weapon. I'm molding them, but in the form of a waste. This is all they will know for their next and rest of life. And as for all of you, for eternity you will be a labor and nothing else. Just breaking stones and whatnot, surviving on little bread that you get. That is all you ever will be. All that because we we didn't consider you family? Yes. You're not that petty, Naruto. I am that petty. Trust me, I am. If anyone was a true Uzumaki, it was I. You know that? I, for many years, gave you chances upon chances. And what did you do? You didn't say anything. And I thought everything was normal until I realized that you have neglected me. You didn't even thought of me as a son. As it was all taken aback by them until they realized what Naruto had said was true. No point in apologizing. I burned those bridges with you. Now you're nothing more than a bunch of numbers working for me in my prison yard. While I am your lord. As Naruto disappeared and sat on the throne, now begin working. As Maharaga roared, and they were taken to work hard by his soldiers, who were, well, curses and monsters, who were unleashed onto this world once more. Yet even Kami, Yami, and Shinigami could not intervene now directly, because Naruto, the new king of curses, has unleashed his true terror for many years to come. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you liked this one. If you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.